The diet and lifestyle that I do is raw carnivore. Basically, meat and organs and eggs and dairy.
Egg. Well guys, we're back. We are unfortunately once again looking into the world of the elusive TikTok carnivore. Weak stomachs beware. Now we have seen our fair share of people on TikTok that for some reason just refuse to eat a normal diet and let misinformation lead them to choosing the carnivore diet, which if you're unaware is a diet where you eat nothing but meat. And a lot of people who follow this diet don't stop at just eating meat. A lot of them decide to incorporate raw meat into their diet as well. But the real sigmas of the TikTok carnivores, the people who aren't here to play any games, all they eat is raw meat. And that is exactly the diet that the TikToker Princess India lives by. And today we're going to be looking at her recent interview with my favorite YouTube channel, Truly, titled I Look Hot Because I Only Eat Raw Meat. I can already tell this is going to be a great one, people. Seriously though, if you have a weak stomach and seeing stuff like this makes you sick, you might want to sit this one out because there's going to be a lot of people eating a lot of raw meat and I don't want to be the one to make you sick, so don't say I didn't warn you, okay? That's all I ask. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
Hi, my name's India, I'm 19 and I'm from Southport. Was that good?
That was great.
I'm an influencer.
Look, it's one thing to be called an influencer by an outside source, but anybody who self-labels and self-identifies as an influencer, I immediately do not like, so not off to a good start.
The diet and lifestyle that I do is raw carnivore. Basically, meat and organs and eggs and dairy.
Egg. So we're just gonna drink this.
And you can have fruit in it, but I don't really do that. I've bought some pig liver, some lamb liver, and some lamb hearts. These will probably last me a good 2-3 days, I'd say. For breakfast, I'd probably have liver or steak. I went to the butcher's earlier, and then for lunch/dinner, I'll have steak and liver or heart. And then if I get hungry in the evening, which I don't really do, it'd probably be steak or liver.
I honestly don't understand how anybody could think that eating like this is anywhere near healthy. I mean, look, I love steak, okay? I would eat steak every day if I was uneducated. I know that people like this don't believe that over-consuming red meat is bad for you, but even if you don't buy into that, she just said that she's basically gonna eat the same 2 things for every meal, and that's all she does. How can anybody think that eating the same 2 things and that's it is good for you? I mean, that would apply to literally anything you choose. If you're only eating 2 things and that's it, you're missing out on something.
But then I done my own research and like seeing how much it's helped people feel happier, and I was like, right, okay, I'll give this a go, and it literally like changed my life.
This is what I hear a lot with the carnivore diet, people, that it makes you happy, and that's the main reason people do it. And I mean, like, yeah, eating butter, cheese, and nice cuts of meat is a pretty foolproof equation for happiness, but that doesn't mean it's healthy. I'm not saying that you should diet out everything that makes you happy and eat nothing but chicken and rice, but what's more important to you, being at maximum happiness while you're eating and then dying at 51 from a heart attack because all you ate was ribeyes, or being slightly less happy occasionally when you eat and cutting out the chance of that heart attack significantly? I think I know my choice.
I used to suffer with really bad acne on like my back, my bum, my legs, all over my face, like it was really bad, and I found like that the modern day skin products just wasn't working.
Especially if you have sensitive skin. Sorry, I'm starving.
And I wanted to go the natural route, so I used like beef tallow, which is like basically beef fat, and I just rubbed that all over my body and it's cleared up like 99% of my spots.
Alright, so I'm gonna get a little bit loony here maybe, but skincare is one thing I fully believe is a conspiracy. I think most of the products, especially the ones sold to women, are just not necessary whatsoever. I mean, have you guys ever been into a Sephora? Go to the skincare section and try to find something under $60. It doesn't exist. Yet you can walk into a Target and go to the men's section and find a face wash for $3. So yeah, I think that all the cosmetics and skincare, all that stuff that is sold to women is pretty much a scam. All these buzzwords and ingredients people are scared of. I mean, seriously, pay attention to some of these commercials. They're like, oh, you've got a shampoo with phosphates in it? You're gonna die in 2 months. All of this basically boils down to me saying that I think that skincare is mostly your diet, and that most of these products people buy just supplement your skin with stuff you're not getting from your diet. So if beef tallow worked to clear up your skin, it's probably not due to it inherently being beef tallow. You were just missing something that beef tallow happened to have. It's not gonna be a one-size-fits-all solution.
Before I started carnivore, I was very big. It's like 4 or 5 stone overweight.
We tried the vegan diet, heard about the carnivore diet, thought everyone was crazy, and he sold.
Yeah. Put loads on.
I was trying it. India was very wary, and then when she looked into it more and started trying, her attitude changed. Everything lifted and went up.
I've not ate a vegetable in probably since like last September, and I feel amazing, so it's alright.
So this seems to be the typical story with a carnivore diet. You've got a person who's overweight, they can't figure out how to lose weight, they're trying all these different diets, and no matter what they do, they just can't seem to get rid of these pounds. Then they try out carnivore, and suddenly, it's the easiest way to lose weight ever. This is not because the carnivore diet is this magical diet that's extremely healthy for you, it's because of how your body interacts with raw meat. You heard her say that she's usually not hungry for dinner, and she's probably not lying. Your body has to work so much harder and expend so much more energy to digest raw meat compared to cooked meat that after not eating that much of it, your body tells you to stop eating. Not only is it harder for your body to digest, cooking meat gets rid of a lot of things. Things that are now in your stomach that your stomach has to deal with, like bacteria and, more importantly for this subject, water. Go to a grocery store, buy a steak, and squeeze it. There's going to be a lot of liquid coming out, and a lot of that evaporates out during cooking. So all the carnivore diet does is kind of force your body into eating less, which obviously is going to make you lose weight.
The change in it is night and day.
Before carnivore, I just hated the world.
Since I was young, I've been in toxic relationships that have made me feel unsafe.
I was in such a bad place, and I was just horrible because I was like, how can the world be so horrible to me when I've barely like become an adult and all that? I was like, is this just life now? Is it just gonna get worse and worse and worse? That was a shock, but I feel like I'm proper just a bit numb to it now.
Okay, can I propose like a light womp womp without looking like a bad guy? Is that possible? Because, okay, sure, you might have had a rough childhood. I'm not gonna try and argue that. I have no way to verify that, so you're probably telling the truth, but I'm a little bit confused on what that has to do with you eating bone marrow? I mean, you said you're 19 years old and you've only been in toxic relationships. I think there are very few high school relationships that aren't toxic. You're a kid. I don't get what this has to do with your diet.
And I just started to think, I can't use it as an excuse. I need to use it to motivate me to try and get better. Obviously the trauma would have affected that, but what I was eating at the time would have a massive impact. So I thought, right, if I heal myself from the inside out, I'm gonna obviously feel a lot better. So I tried vegan, vegetarian and that, but that just wasn't fulfilling me. I just always felt like something was missing. And then I've heard about the carnivore diet. I had motivation to do stuff just to get me out of the house, get me out of bed, work on myself.
But I never said the carnivore diet gives you a free BBL. You just go like hard in the gym.
Because I was so happy on the inside, I started being happy to everyone around me.
Okay guys, let's talk about the elephant in the room here. You might be happier than you were before on this diet. I'm not gonna say that's impossible, but this whole spiel about how it's been healing you from the inside out and it's making you so much happier and everything's so much better now, it's honestly kind of hard to take this seriously when we're flipping between this video and the pictures you've posted on the internet, and the pictures are pretty clearly edited. I mean, let's be real. If it's really been that healing, if it's really made everything better, would you still feel the need to edit all these pictures? I know that might sound a little bit harsh, but come on, if you're gonna come on the internet and say that this diet's gonna make everything better, it's gonna change your mental for the better, I think you gotta be willing to stand by that, and I think I pose a valid question.
It literally saved my life, because I don't think I'd be here right now if I didn't make that little change in my diet. I'm living proof that you can heal from anything. I didn't plan on making something out of TikTok. And then I done one, eating raw steak.
You know I like it raw. I've already been jumping on this.
And that video like proper blew up.
Got me steak, obviously.
But I was like, why is it blowing up?
Why do people act like this on the internet? I mean, seriously, who's buying this kind of stuff? You posted a video onto TikTok of you devouring a raw steak and you wonder why it blew up? That was not your intention whatsoever. You just wanted a personal backlog of videos of you eating in case you ever forgot what you ate? I mean, seriously, come on. I mean, why do people feel the need to do this? It's so much more respectable when you're just honest about your intentions. Everybody knows you were posting these onto TikTok in hopes of blowing up. That's fine. It's 2023. It's not like you'd really need to explain to most people why you might want to be famous on the internet. Just own up to it.
It's a mixture of comments when I get people just calling me disgusted and say I'm proper weird. The hate doesn't get to me or not because I'm in such a good place. Snack time! I've got this massive piece of liver here. Do you think I'm doing it for attention?
Alright, so just real quick preemptively, before someone tries to call me out and say, you're just jealous, buddy, those pictures aren't edited, you can see the filter right here freaking out on her face, so yeah, they're edited. Alright, so the next couple of minutes is just her friend trying out raw meat for the first time, and I've got to be honest, I have genuinely not even the slightest interest in watching that, so we're not going to. If you want to watch a person say, oh, scary raw meat, and then eat it and say, oh, it's not too bad, then you can go watch the original video, but that about sums it up, I promise.
1 or 2 weeks, you're probably gonna miss everything else you used to do, but then when day 30 kicks in, you're gonna thank me for it. I think the carnivore is for everyone, because even going back to our like caveman times, if you look at books and all that, this is all they used to eat. I feel like in this day and age, people always just want a solution that's like, you get it right away. You don't want to work hard for it. It's not a long-term solution, it's just short-term. Yes, I'll be on the carnivore diet for the rest of my life.
Is there an award for the most ironic thing said each year by a human? Because if so, I think she's a candidate. People don't want to work hard. They don't want to find a long-term solution. They just want it now. You mean sort of like choosing a diet for weight loss that doesn't actually change your eating habits in any way. It doesn't force you to make healthy decisions or think about the stuff you're actually putting in your body. It's basically just a glorified appetite suppressant. You mean sort of like a decision like that? Because that's what you've done. You haven't done any of the hard work. You haven't found a long-term solution. You're just tricking your body into thinking it's full because it doesn't know how to digest what you're eating. But sure, you've got it figured out. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? I don't know what it is about these TikTok carnivores and having to make their entire being, their entire personality being that they eat meat. I mean, it's worse than those kinds of vegans at this point. I'm still thoroughly convinced that every single person that goes onto the internet and does this, makes some social media account where the entire shtick is, hey, look, I eat raw meat, is just trying to sell you something. The Liver King really ruined social media for us, and I mean, considering the fact that it seems this woman's profession is OnlyFans, I feel like my theory stands pretty strong. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over to that subscribe button and touch it. It's free. It won't cost you anything. But for now, that's all I have for you today. Bye.